Alex and Felix recipes. I am Felix.
Alex right here.
I'm still getting used to that new intro. Anyways, I want to apologize for the length of this video. There's nothing we can do. This is a long one today. Do not make it. It takes forever. There's a ton of different ingredients. And you know what? It's good, but it's not this good.
But would you say it was fun though?
I don't know. The amount of work that went into this is nuts. So this is a peanut Dacqouise. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. Long story short,
Where did we get this idea from anyway?
We wanted to do a mousse cake, and this has mousse in it, so it kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make it's sort of a meringue. So the same way that macaroon shells are a meringue kind of with the egg whites, but then they use some almond flour. We're doing the same basic thing, a little more cakey though, but with peanut flour. So you saw us put a whole bunch of peanuts, some sugar, some flour in the food processor. Now we're gonna do the egg whites with some sugar, and then we're gonna combine the two later to form the meringue the same way you would a macaroon shell. And that's gonna be the base for this. I guess it's a cake.
How stiff are those peaks? They don't look that stiff.
They're not that stiff. They're stiff enough, put it that way. So here I am, let's get the peanut. I had to really smack on the bottom of that one to get that out.
Why didn't you just use a spoon or something?
Because I had to go get a spoon. Yeah. So you're going to do the fold and scrape. However, we're going to do this in thirds with those egg whites. And right now, the first third, I'm not doing the scrape and fold because really you just want to get it in there and just sort of get it going so you can scrape and fold later. So just use the tip of your spatula, whisk it around a little bit. And here I start to kind of do the fold. And then for the last third, which is coming in, I'll do the full scrape and fold method. So again, this is sort of
Why
like
scrape and fold?
Because we want to keep a lot of the air in the egg whites in there. That's why we beat them first.
I thought we were trying to keep the powder in or something like that.
Yeah.
Keep it lumpy. But no, it doesn't matter. Continue.
Yeah. They're not going to get that till like 3 weeks from now when we do the pancake video.
I don't even care. I'm going to watch it and be happy about it.
So we did I guess we're going to call this a meringue for simplicity's sake. We're going to put this out onto parchment paper. And my parchment paper is not the same size as my pan, so it's a bit of a pain. Just get this into a pretty even rectangle. Do your best. It doesn't really matter because we're going to trim the sides later. Do your best to get a somewhat even rectangle.
This is just an idea for anyone who's actually thinking about making this. Make up to this part because this meringue, it tasted like, it was like a cookie and it was so good.
The peanut meringue was good. You can make that and then skip the rest of it.
Just stop because even that's just like good job. You're going to have fun.
It's a lot more work from here on. So you saw us with the President's Choice chocolate. I'm hoping that eventually they'll send us money, or at least free chocolate. So we chopped it up. We put that in the microwave to temper it. Put it in for 30 seconds, take it out, stir. 30 seconds, take it out, stir. 20 seconds, take it out, stir. And you keep doing that till it's basically liquid. So that we beat up some eggs there. Right now we are doing the mousse. So this is a peanut chocolate mousse. So this is a simple syrup we're doing here. I'm losing my words because there's a lot of...
It's hard to... A simple syrup.
Simple sugar syrup.
Oh, simple sugar syrup.
Yes. This is the mousse bit now, and there's just a ton of ingredients for this.
Wait, can you do red leather, yellow leather?
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Red, yellow,
you
leather,
lose track
yellow.
quickly. So this is an out of focus shot of me beating the eggs now. So this was the sugar. We boiled that for, 5 minutes. Look in the description below where all the ingredient amounts are. And the reason we're doing that is to stiffen up the sugar, so that way when it cools down, it'll make the mousse a little more solid.
Hey, if that sugar's so hot, aren't we worried that it might cook the eggs? Yeah.
Oh, we are. So you notice that we poured it in, and you got your phone in the side.
Oh, is that mine? No way.
I don't know. So yeah, you saw us pour the simple syrup in slowly into the eggs. The reason being is you don't want to cook the eggs. So the process of putting that in slowly is called tempering the eggs. So we tempered the eggs and you see that it got really light in color there. Then we're gonna add the chocolate and the peanut butter. Natural is easier just because it's already liquid with all that oil. However, you can use normal like Skippy brand peanut butter and just melt it. And
what kind of peanut butter do you like?
I use a peanut butter from this health food store, and I normally hate health food store anything. I think it's all a bunch of nonsense.
Now my hand's there. Maybe that was
Yeah, I think all that health food stuff I think is nonsense, but this one health food store in Toronto has the absolute best peanut butter, and it's dirt cheap. I have no idea why it's so good, but it's just great. The store is Ambrosia, if anybody cares.
You should make them pay for it.
Yeah, you gotta pay me for that endorsement. What? So that was a whole bunch of whipped cream we made off screen, because you don't need to see us whipped cream. It's the same as the egg whites. The whipped cream, we do the scrape and fold. It's going to create that lighter color and the lighter texture, and that's it for the mousse. We're going to then put that in the refrigerator for a little bit. Not that long, though. Basically enough time for you to take this parchment paper off and cut the thing to size. So here we are, we're going to cut it down. We're going to just make it all squared off. And that'll make it stack easier. Here you are giving me a piece to try. It was pretty good. So here I am measuring, because apparently you want to see a shot of me measuring, because you want all these pieces even.
We should probably get non-construction measuring tape.
We should get a baking one, not one that's used in house renos. So you're going to be left with 3 pieces from that. From there, we're going to stack them up. Now we have to do the real pain in the ass bit. This is tin foil that's been folded a bunch of times into a long strip.
I thought that was very MacGyver of you when you made that.
I thought so. On the fly. I was impressed with myself.
And it worked so well.
It did, but it's really finicky. You can see me trying to fiddle with it. This is like the 3rd attempt. And then you have to go get a stapler and you gotta staple it together or tape it.
What should we have used in it?
I don't know. You need like a specific mold if those even exist. Just tin foil it and do your best. That's all I can say. I tried to leave in as much of this as I could, just so you can see it's not an easy thing to do.
It looks very difficult.
Yeah, so I mean it's gonna come out looking pretty decent, but like I really had to fiddle with this. And here I go off screen. I'm gonna go get a stapler now to keep all this together.
I had no idea that you stapled it on camera.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, people are gonna see this and go, "Wow, he did it so easily." It's not easy. Okay, it's a pain to do. This whole thing was just
but
exhausting.
It worked very well.
It did work very well. So here I am. The mousse at this point has maybe been chilled for 5 minutes, maybe. I mean, you can even keep it at room temperature if it's taking you a while to do this. Put half of it into one half. Again, you have to do 2 of those things.
Now the mousse was when we took it out, the mousse was kind of liquidy, wasn't it?
It was, but it really cools up in the fridge. So you're gonna do that for just 2 of those 3 sheets of meringue. You're gonna do that tinfoil bit, put half the mousse on one, half the mousse on the other, put that in the fridge for about an hour. Here we are doing the ganache, that's the chocolate and the cream. We put that in the microwave for 20 seconds, take it out, stir it, 20 seconds, take it out, stir it, 20 seconds, take it out, stir it. Do that until it's solid, then we're gonna whisk in a little bit more cream. And then you can leave that out if you want it like a really runny ganache that you can then refrigerate later, or you can put it in the fridge and spread it later, which is what we did. So this is after an hour now of being in the fridge, the mousse and the meringue, and you can see that's really solidified up, and that's partly because we did that simple sugar syrup where we boiled it a bit so it hardens up. Here's an excellent shot of my hair. You think I'd be better at doing this by now? Again, just, oh my god, the amount of work, even just talking about this is exhausting. It took us all day to do this thing.
Did you like it at the end though?
The amount of work that went into it, I'm just like, what a waste.
Yeah, but did you enjoy eating it? What happened to it? We ate a bit of it.
We ate a bit of it, and then my mom threw it out because my brother kept eating all of it.
Oh.
So here it is after we put the ganache on. So the whole thing was just a waste of everyone's time. But hold on, we're not done yet. Now we gotta go make a caramel sauce. So here we are. This is just plain old sugar in a pan. I guess it's a pot. There I am doing a little zoom in and out autofocus. Whoa. So you can put that on medium heat and just let it sit until it starts to, I guess, turn to liquid at the bottom. I like to fiddle with it. Most people tell you not to do what I'm doing right now, but I don't care. I feel it works better, and I feel it's a little more even. I feel it doesn't get burnt. So, you know what?
Probably a lot of bubbles in there too.
Make your own decisions. So you can see it sort of turns into rocks and clumps together, then it starts to liquefy again. So if it turns into rocks, don't fret. It will turn into liquid eventually. Just give it a little bit more time. So right now, this is just sugar still. We haven't done anything. So we're going to take this off. We're going to throw the butter in. Try to get a friend for it. So I will give you a tip. If the butter is too cold, like ours was, we didn't leave it out. You'll see that it really starts to clump together when we poured the cream in there.
Oh, is that why?
That's what that is. So what you can do if that happens is just put it back on the stove for a couple minutes, and that sugar will dissolve again, and then you can whisk it up and it'll be fine, like it is here. Nice. So that's what we did. So easy fix if that does happen to you. You can see there's a little bit on the spatula, but whatever. So now we can finally plate this thing. We can do the caramel sauce. We're going to do a bunch of peanuts. We're going to do more caramel sauce, and then you're good to go. Again, do not make this. Just go to the store and buy one if you really want it. Make the first bit. Make the meringue as like a cookie.
It was really good.
The peanut meringue is really good.
That was my favorite part.
And just here I am trying to cut it, and it's so hard to cut because you have the meringue and then you have the really loose mousse, and it's loose mousse. That's fun to say.
It was good though.
It was very good. But it's a lot of work. This is the most involved thing we've ever made.
It was very ambitious.
Very ambitious. Anyways, I hope you guys watched it. If you stuck it out for 10 minutes, we appreciate it.
It didn't feel like 10 minutes when we were talking.
It didn't, but man, I don't know if I could listen to us for 10 minutes if I didn't know us. I don't think people. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one, and we will see you next week with a shorter episode.
Much shorter.